right, here we got partial number 3. Okay, so these are generators, right? They got these big Caterpillar motors in them. Look at these big Caterpillar diesels with these fuel filters on them all over the place. Anyway, generators, got 2 of them. One right there. I technically have like a lot of generators, but one right there, and I put the other one right there. So we're picking up 2 generators from here. Boom. These are going from middle deep into Alabama to Pennsylvania. Okay, now we're on our way to pick up these generators. I have 2 more of these to pick up for this one single load of generators. So I got 2 on there right now. Gonna pick the other 2 up and put them right there. I've got exactly like 11.6 inches of space, and these measure out to 11.3. So we're gonna run that. Then this tank, this beautiful tank, both of these generators here and this tank going to the Boston, Massachusetts area. So I've got 3 chains on that one. It's a pain in the ass because I'm using the space within itself rather than pulling against it with chains coming outwards here and here, because I need the space for these other generators. So, you know, goddamn, wish me luck, right? Same thing I did on that, pulling within itself, pulling within itself. This one, I ran a chain and 2 binders to pull down and forwards on it, and it was too much of a pain in the ass to do it back here, so I just ran straps. Strap there, strap there. We're gonna keep an eye on it and see how well she walks. That's about it, man. Hopefully, you know, I don't need these boards to fall out, because if these vibrate out, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it, but I'm ready to get the hell out of here because I'm all sweaty. Oh, okay, you're already recording, okay. What's up, guys? Texas Trucker. There's a tall geese back here. I know I haven't given you guys any videos at all lately. It's just because I'm really busy, and you know, it is what it is. But taking a big load this week. Usually I do short runs around Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. I just kind of stay in that area. Freight's been paying really well. Been doing really well with that. But here recently, I think the race just kind of plummeted real fast for the week. I'm not really sure why. So I took a load out of Houston to Louisiana. It was a wide load of steel. I didn't film any of that or take a picture or nothing. But it was 10 foot wide, 40,000 pounds. And I think it paid, I can't remember what it paid, but it paid about $1,050. After permits, the permits cost me about $140. So it was right around $3, between $3 and $4 a mile. I'm not really sure. We'll figure that out later. But while I was in New Orleans, I picked up a load that was going to Boston. It was a load for 4 generators. It was basically paying a cheap truckload, like right at $3.10 a mile or something like that. It had 2 picks, one in Nashville, and the first obviously was 2 generators in New Orleans. So let's take a back look at the generators. So we picked up 2 of the generators. I already had it in my mind to try and save as much space as possible. So I put the generators side by side. That'll be these 2 generators right here. Combined, they're about 14,000 pounds. Actually got the weight. Go ahead and get a look here. This one's 7,600 pounds. The one on the other side is 7,600 pounds. So if you walk around here, you'll see that there's 2 of them here. Okay. So we got 2 generators right here. We got 2 more to go pick up in Nashville. On the way out, actually, when I went to go pick these 2 generators up, I noticed I had a tire blown out. I had no tire on the trailer on the inside right there, so we went ahead and bought a tire. That set me back $650 for a Bridgestone. I think they ripped me off over there because I'm getting the same exact tire put on the other side because that one was showing a lot of wear. A big chunk missing out the middle, so it was ready to blow out too. They charged me $475 here, so we've already got $1,050 in tires on this trip. So these 2 generators, I picked them up. There's 2 more I got to pick up in Nashville. This load of generators by themselves paid $5,000. Just over $3 a mile going up to Boston, Mass. Before I got there, I found that load right there, this tank right here. 10,000 pound tank, taking up 9 feet of space. It's about 10 feet tall. This one was paying, I tried to get $3,000 on it. I got $2,700 on it. Yeah, it's right around $2 or something a mile. I'm not really sure. We'll figure all that up at the end when I do all the numbers and everything. We'll go over, you know, what the load paid and the miles and how much money we spent, because we're already $1,000 into this before fuel because of tires. So So I put this here, and I had all this available space still left over, so I knew I wanted to put some more product on the trailer. So I found these two generators right here. These two generators are also going to Boston, Mass, which is great. So they picked this up New Orleans, picked this up in Mobile, Alabama. These two got picked up in rural Alabama, somewhere outside of, I think, Birmingham, right? So about 4,000 pounds there, 4,000 pounds there. They're also generators. I think they need to be rebuilt. They look like shit. So I put that on the top deck, put that on the very back, because we still need to make room for these two generators that we're going to pick up in Nashville. So that's going to be a total of 4 generators paying $5,000. This tank's paying $2,700, and those two are paying $1,200. So I'm really glad that I picked up these extra loads, because they're paying for my tires, you know what I'm saying, and fuel. Combined, it's about $5 a mile all the way up. These two generators are going to Carbondale, Pennsylvania. So on the way up to Boston, Massachusetts, where we're going to drop off 4 generators that we've yet to pick up 2. These are all going to Boston, Mass. Those are going to Carbondale, Pennsylvania. So total money on the trailer right now is $8,900. We've got $8,900 on the trailer right now. So doing really well. Trying to conserve on fuel. Truck's being good after I put new injector cups in it, and I got a new seat. And I got a little shift knob. Let's go check out the inside of the truck, man. Don't look at that. That was some damage I caused when I went to pick up the steel. So don't worry about that. Oh, got some new quarter fenders on here. Check these bad boys out. Oh, that's a little loose. I'm gonna have to tighten that one up. It's got a little loose. I picked those up for 200 bits. Well, good deal. Beware of dogs. Check out my new seat. Check out my shifter. Pretty sweet. That seat set me back. Seat by itself was $1,200. So yeah, there's money being spent everywhere. So that's it for now. We'll catch back up with you when we pick up these other 2 generators. And let's take a look at the tire, by the way. I'm glad I saw this, because it would have blown out on me anywhere. It was ready to go. Yeah. This is not, oh, there's the tire. The tire's over there. That's yeah. It's no good. You see something like that, you need to change it. Yeah. So this is a funny load, because how I have everything set up and spaced out, because I need to save as much space as possible. So I've got 2 chains and 3 binders on here, pulling inside toward itself, not pulling outwards, because I need the space outside. I did that with pretty much everything on the trailer, including that tank. The chains are pulling inside of itself, so that we're not taking up the space that we need for the rest of the stuff going on here. So 2 chains, 3 binders, 2 chains, 2 binders. Those generators over there, pan around. 2 chains, 2 binders, and then that piece up there has got 1 chain, 2 binders, and a couple straps over it. And I'm really glad that I bought 4 brand new binders again. I've got 8 ratchet binders and about 6 snap binders. So that's what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 14 binders, and I've only got 4 more to spare. So I have plenty of securement, plenty of binders, plenty of chains, plenty of straps, so it's all good to go. So this tire set me back, that one tire set me back $652. Same store chain, Southern Tire Mart in New Orleans, or something like that. Yeah, exactly. And another Southern Tire Mart here for $475 out the door. So I feel like I got ripped off down there in New Orleans. So that's where we're at right now. Check back in later. right, got the scale ticket. Just as I thought, we were overweight by 700 pounds. 12,320 on the steer axles. Technically, 12,000 pounds is, you know, legal limit on the front, but I have a 13,000 front axle. 33,300 on the drive axles. We're under legal there. And 35,080 pounds on the trailer axle, and we're legal because we got a spread axle back there, so we're good for 40,000. Total gross 80,700. We'll probably get away with that. Burn off some fuel and
head south on Couchville Industrial Boulevard.
APU on there, so that's good for what, another 500 pounds. So yeah, that's what it is.
In 800 feet, make a U-turn.
Recording? All right, so here we have, this is the EGR cooler charge pipe. It basically sandwiches up in there. I'll show you what it looks like when I get the new part on. But basically, a rubber boot had burst. Where's that rubber boot at? Here's the boot. We had a boost leak. I heard a bunch of air leaking and we lost boost pressure and we were a little bit low on power. So air was just blowing out of this. So I blew some, I didn't know where it was coming from, so I had some soapy water and I sprayed it all over it, and I seen the air blowing out of this, so that's how I knew that this was bad. So I pulled it apart because I went to a Petro thinking they might have something to replace this, and they didn't. So as I pulled it apart, I caused some more damage apparently. And I cracked this charge pipe right here. Where's the crack at? Oh, it's on this side, huh? Yeah, so you can see daylight through there. So this was like, goddamn, $300 or so. Anyways, so I'm out here replacing the gaskets and trying to fix the truck so we can have some boost and some more power. We were down on power all the way over here. It was terrible, you know, it was really bad. So let me put this back together and come show you this right here. So there's supposed to be a pipe, that red pipe goes right here and it connects to the EGR cooler. That's gone, so we're gonna replace that. We've got all new parts here. You can just stop recording, I'm tired of talking. So you remember when I told you guys when I got this trailer that this is gonna be an experiment with these tires on the trailer because I've only heard bad things about tires on this trailer? Well, now I'm putting a fourth tire on the trailer. I blew this one up. That's a brand new Falcon tire that I got like 2 weeks ago and it blew up. And I replaced that tire up there too because it also blew up. All on the inside, that tire, and then on the other side too, I've got a new tire right up there. So this tire was the one I thought was gonna blow up next, but no, it was the brand new tire. And this tire's got some problems too. There's a nail in it right there. There's a fucking wire showing out of it. Where is it at? Right there. So yeah, we got some issues. Now I think part of the reason why that tire got hot and blew up is because this load is biased towards the right side of the trailer. I think that had a lot to do with it. So I'm gonna try to move it over. So that's what we're gonna do. I spent a fuck ton of money on tires in the past 2 weeks. Now we're getting another one. So 4 tires, we're looking at $1,050 in 2 days for those 2 tires. Plus this tire is going to be about $600. We're $2,000 in this bitch in tires right now in a very, very short amount of time. I'm talking like 3 weeks. So that sucks. I also had an issue on the truck. I sprung a boost leak last night. A boot got worn out, busted open. It was rushing out a bunch of boost. So I had to go to the dealer and get that part, and I also changed the gasket, and I had to buy another EGR pipe that leads from the turbo to the EGR or whatever because it cracked. So that also cost me about $374. I did the labor myself last night. So I fixed that, but yeah, this high dollar trip is turning into a mediocre trip real fast, mainly because of tires. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unsecure this right here and I'm gonna try to pull it over. I'm gonna try to slide it over this way. So here I go. everybody. So it was supposed to be a really good week, right? Oh, we've had some issues. So you've seen the loads that I picked up. Total money on the trailer was big money, $8,900. Well, between the times I picked up one of those loads, I don't know if I told you guys or not, but let me just make it real short and sweet for you. Lost a tire in New Orleans at the pickup, so I bought a low pro tire. That was $652. Loaded up, kept on trucking, went and picked up these other partials. Lost another tire somewhere along the line. Yeah, and that was $472. Did that. And then the brand new tire that I bought like almost 2.5 weeks ago, a Falcon, it blew up too. And so I had to go get a tire at the Boss shop. And that was really expensive. It was like $600 and I got a Continental. It was over $600, $660 I think. And that being said, while I was there looking at my trailer, I was talking to another guy and we were just talking about shit, and I decided to check the trailer over some more. Come to find out, I had a blown out airbag. That blown out airbag on the front axle on the trailer is probably why I lost not one but maybe 2 tires. Definitely that tire though, that we just got replaced. The bag was blown out, so the trailer was riding real low and the tires were bouncing into the deck of the trailer. So that'll cost you tires and money. And I should have did a pre-trip. Clearly I didn't do a pre-trip. Maybe I did, but if I didn't, that bag blew out along the interstate somewhere. But I think it's more likely that I had an air leak or the bag was leaking probably for an entire day, because I noticed a leak in my valve when you push in the brakes, and I thought that it was a leak right there into the dash where you push the valves in for the brakes, but that might not have been the problem. I might have just been having air continually being sent back there because that bag was blown out. So let's go take a look at this bag. Now this is just one issue that I've had amongst many this trip with this load specifically. Had a lot of issues. This is our old bag. You see where it blew out right there. And you know, I'm not sure what happened. A lot of things could have happened because that inside tire blew up. And when that inside tire blew up, there was tire shrapnel wrapped around the axle that I had to cut out of it. That shrapnel might have hit this bag hard enough to put a cut in the bag. I don't know though. I really don't know. So that tire got replaced on the inside. When the bag blew, that tire blew because it was just riding on the trailer. So I've replaced that inside tire back there 2 times now. And then I've replaced an inside tire on the other side of the trailer, on the driver's side. And man, we're probably $2,000 in tires. Also had a problem with the engine. I had a boost leak last night. That was because of, come this way. We had a boost leak last night from this here boot right here. It cut right there. And when it blew, I didn't lose power. Not that it was any noticeable, but you could hear a lot of air just really, really loud. So I couldn't figure it out while I was driving. Well, I did eventually figure it out while I was driving. So I pulled over. I had to go to a Kenworth dealer to get this part, $87 for this. But not only did this go bad, this is our charge pipe to our EGR cooler. Developed a leak right around somewhere. God damn, I can't even find it now. Oh, you know why? Because this shit actually broke off. This is supposed to be hell, I don't know. I don't know if this is broke or not. I think it's broke though. It's broke. So I had to buy this. This was what? $300 and something, damn near $400 for this. This and this little gasket that goes up in here. Come see. So here's our nice new shiny part right there. New boot, new pipe. This gasket goes in here. and one new clamp. So that set us back $400. So we spent $345 on a airbag, $660 on a Continental tire, $652 on a Bridgestone tire, and $472 on another Bridgestone tire. So that's $1,500, 5, 10, 15. We're over $2,000 in the hole on this one. So we'll just subtract that from the load, of course. So it was hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been hell. It's been hell. We're still not there. We're barely halfway there. What else could happen?
Stop saying that.
And now we're here getting this brand new tire that we got installed. The valve stem was not tightened up properly. So I called them and they are going to hopefully tighten up this valve stem and re-air this tire up. That tire is the next issue. That's the one I thought blew out originally today, but it didn't. It was the brand new one on the inside. It blew out because the airbag was blown out, probably caused by that tire blowing out. And yeah, so I was rubbing the fucking deck on the trailer. Boom, boom, boom. Shit sucks. Well, things are just getting worse. The rear end is toast. This thing is toast, man. That's oil all over it. It blew up. Man, this whole trip I've been saying, what else could go wrong? What else could happen? Everything happened. So, yes, the rear end went out. Let me tell you how that happened. I don't have any leaks back there on my axle seals, hub seals, pinion seal. I never had any leaks, so I never checked my fluids. But I did hear a slight whining noise coming from the drive line or something, and I didn't know what it was. Well, I found out what it was after a few days, because it just got worse and it got bad. And the temperature gauge in there read hot, and I was like, oh, my rear end is hot. Let me stop and check this thing out. And so I did, and I checked the fluid in there. Well, that's what, how I knew the rear end was making noise and wasn't happy. So I didn't have any fluid on me. I did, but I only had like a gallon of motor oil, 1540, and like a little bit of Lucas hub seal, thick shit. So I poured that in there and went a few more miles, and it was cooking, man. So I stopped again, and it just blew up. It blew the fucking seal out. It blew the pinion seal out. Shot the oil everywhere. Obviously, that's not in alignment. The seal's gone. The race is out and gone. It's just been back there doing hell. So I probably drove like this for another 100 miles because I needed to get to the dealership and have that fixed or replaced, actually, a new differential and seals and shit like that. And so basically, you can't really afford to get a record because they'll charge you an assload of money. So this is what we did. We drove it some more. We left the trailer at a TA and drove it about another 75 miles. Got it here to this Kenworth dealer here. I forgot what the chain is called, but that's where we're at. And yeah, we're gonna be getting a new differential and a pinion seal and a race, and hopefully nothing more than that, because there could possibly be more damage that I don't know about. So that's what happened. It sucks because I could have prevented this. Had I been checking my gear oil monthly, at least once a month, check this shit, it wouldn't have been dry and it would have been hopefully okay, right? But I never had any leaks though anywhere. I never had any leaks at all. Now I've got oil everywhere, but I didn't check the fluid level because I never have any leaks, man. So here we are spending thousands of dollars again. We've already ran through 3 tires on the trailer and an airbag, and about $374 for the boost leak parts that I had to buy. I bought those parts from the dealer, and then I did the label myself. I did the installation. We're good there. But those things right there was $2,500. Now we're looking at $1,300 to $1,500 for a differential, plus 6 hours of labor, and anything else that they find wrong. Like that thing that my U-joint is hooked on to. That thing's been in there slapping around. So I'm sure it's worn to the point where the seal won't seal. So it's just been real bad. it really sucks because, you know, I could have had that $8,900 load. I could have took home $6,000-7,000 instead. I done already spent $2,500, and now I'm about to spend probably another $3,000. So pretty much all of my profits from that $8,900 load gone. But lesson learned, this will never happen to me again. I will check my fluids every other week and them damn gear ends. So we're gonna hang out here today because this happened on Friday and was technically Saturday morning. You know, I had the noise for like 3 days prior, but had no idea what it was. So now, then it happened after I got the airbag put in Friday afternoon. I stayed there for the night at the truck stop, and I headed out at 2 a.m. About an hour, 2 hours into the trip, this is where we're at. So, yep, it is what it is, man. Lessons to be learned. Let's rock and roll, man. Oh, do your pre-trip. That's why all this happened. That is why all this happened. Because I did not do a pre-trip. Do your pre-trip. It'll save you so much money. Shit. And what we have here is a brand new rebuilt rear locking differential. A new yoke. Old reused U-joint, even though it's not really old. Some new seals, not in the hubs. The seals in the hubs, well, yeah, the hub seals were replaced, but the bearings and races were good. And some new axle seals. So $1,980 for the part, the differential. About $300 for that yoke right there. You know, and then you got miscellaneous things like seals and fluids, and then I don't know, maybe $1,200 in labor. Anyways, I'm finna go pay the bill right now. As I understand it, we should be looking at $4,050 or $4,150. So I'm finna go in here and see. All right, so we got the rear end replaced with a rebuilt rear end. Had it done at the Kenworth dealership, Lynchburg, Virginia. Had to argue with them a little bit and hassle with them about the core charge on my old rear end because they tried to tell me it wasn't rebuildable, and they were telling me that before they even pulled it out and looked at it. I'm like, no, show me why it's not rebuildable. It's holding bearings. It's not just beat to shit. You know, the ring gear's not even really got that much damage on it. The housing's not cracked or busted open. Ain't no holes in it. It's rebuildable. And so they were trying to haggle me with that, but I got them to finally, you know, come to terms with the fact that they're not gonna fuck me out of $600 for my core. So got that done. So the bearings and seals and shafts, I mean the races, they were all good, and the axle housing and stuff. So new rear ends, new yoke, reused the same U-joint and fluids and a few seals, and that hub seals. No, the hub seals were good too, but I think they put new hub seals on it. No, maybe not, but definitely axle seals. Anyway, total was $3,962, I think, so that's what it is. Got a new rear end. So do your pre-trip, very important. Woo! We made it. We're gonna unload this one and another one. This yard is full of heavy equipment. It is. This goes back there forever. Still looking for somebody, but nobody in the office. All kinds of stuff here. Trucks, engines, dollies, heavy equipment pieces. Look at all these engines right here. N14s, Detroits, Caterpillars, big old Cummins, Caterpillars, just motors everywhere, and other stuff, forklifts, little bitty forklift engines. It's really a gold mine here. All this stuff that they can be rebuilt in times. Oh, dust. But yes, we finally made it. Hey.